Hey everyone, welcome back to this week's Tuesday tip, where in this week's video we're going to be talking about a video editing app for iPhones and Androids called Quik. So this week's video is going to be a little bit different than past videos in that I've never used this app before, but I have heard that it's supposed to be an extremely fast and easy editing experience, so I wanted to download it, having never used it, and video my first walkthrough of the app so that I can show you guys how easy it actually is. And then what I'll do for the second half is learn all of the functions of the app and teach anything that isn't picked up in the first use. So with that being said, let's open the app, which is right here. I have it beside Splice. It's got the Q in the app icon, and let's see what we're greeted with. So we've got a welcome to Quik opening screen which says make amazing videos in seconds. Let's get started. Create with your photos and videos. Quik needs access. Yeah, okay. Weekly video memories. No thanks. And we're greeted with a screen. Looks like settings are in the top corner. We have flashbacks. We've got a plus sign. We've got my stories in the bottom corner. Not sure what flashbacks is right here, but I'm just going to guess that we push the plus sign. Okay, tap to change albums and pick media from other accounts. This looks just like Splice. So from here, I'm just going to pick a couple quick clips from the other night while riding bikes, and I'm going to pick this one. Quik can't work his magic. Oh, okay, so basically if you shoot in 4K, you can't use Quik. Well, that's kind of a bummer. So what we're going to do, since this doesn't work with 4K 60 frames per second on this iPhone 8, is we're going to take some clips into Splice, then we're going to export them individually, and then we'll pick those clips to import into our project. So I'm going to do that, and then I'll cut right back to this same screen with the new clips up top. Okay, so we're back in the Quik app here with our newly exported 1080p videos from the 4K files, as well as a video that I shot in 4K 30 frames per second in the most compatible format, just to see if it will work in Quik. So let's tap on that one first. And it says Quik can't work its magic. Your phone doesn't support the high performance settings used in this video. Quik might crash. Next time, lower the resolution and frame rate for easier processing. So at this point, if you're still watching and you shoot 4K 30 frames per second or 4K in general on your iPhone, it's not going to be supported in the Quik app. But the good news is the Splice app does support your 4K files. You just can't export them in 4K. So I've got a tutorial that I'll link right here in an info card for Splice. So if you're using 4K and you need something to edit it, this video will help you out. Otherwise, let's continue on selecting our videos. So we're just going to select the top 4 videos here. It looks like you can rearrange them in the bottom just by tapping and holding. We've got 4 videos here. I'm just going to click add, and let's see what happens.
Oh my God. Oh, count.
So it's making the video for us here. Huh. And it looks like we've got different templates to use.
Oh my God. Oh, count.
And what it looks like is that it's using the exact same parts of the video to make these. What does raw say?
Oh my God. Oh, count.
That one did look a little bit different. So basically what we've got here is a bunch of different templates to use for the videos. Let's see what we've got here. So we've got different music to pick from. No music, no sound, my music, travel, Hero 6 Black. So we've got all these different pieces of music to pick from. Then here we can edit things, it looks like. So it looks like we can customize this and take out the text that's in here, and we can add in clips between these. We can also disable the endpoint. So let's see what that does for us. We'll go back to the beginning. So it's not doing too bad of a job here. If you click on the video itself, you'll see a little pencil icon. It looks like you can just click the pencil icon and we've got the ability to add text, delete it, highlight and trim it, as well as rotate, disable the volume, change the speed. We can fit it into the screen. We can duplicate it, and there's one called speedometer, which says use a GoPro with GPS to display speed in videos. So I guess if you're using a GoPro, you can display how fast you are going in the video. So realistically, these are most of the features of Splice in an app that's meant to be faster, but also give you the controls of an app like Splice. And they're made by the same person, so that would make sense. So when it comes to speed, we have 3 options: fast, slow, regular. And the last tab here at the bottom is a wrench. So it looks like we can change the format to cinema, square, and portrait, so you can change the orientation of the video, which this is something that you can't do in Splice. Cinema just makes it wide, the original 16:9 format. Portrait obviously crops it into a portrait mode. We've got a duration button. So it looks like this duration slider here is just a way to tighten up or extend the clip lengths in the video. We've got a music icon here which says great music ending. Then we've got an Instagram icon if you keep going, which says great for Instagram, which is 9 seconds. Then we've got the quick default length, which is 12 seconds, and then a max length of 15 seconds for this video, which it's still editing the lengths of the clips. It's just making them a little bit longer. So we're going to go with the default here, push OK, and then we can select the last one, which is music start. Okay, so what this music start setting did was change where the music soundtrack itself starts at in the video. So if we click back on the music start icon, we'll see the waveform here. This is the waveform of the song, and you can just simply pick at what point in the song you want the music to start for your video. So this looks good. We're going to push OK and we're going to get out of it. This is everything in the settings section of the menu bar here at the bottom, and the last thing that we have to click on is save. So we're going to click save. We've got all these different options. We got Instagram, Facebook, Messenger, messages, email, Snapchat, copy a link, your photo library, and other sharing options. Let's see what's under other before we continue. It says we've got an error processing your video. So we're not going to deal with that. We're just going to click photo library. Apparently it's done already, so we're going to click done, and we're going to go back to our videos after we rate Quik. I'm going to give it a 3. So it looks like we're finished here, and we can get out of the Quik app and go to our photos and preview the video. Right off the bat, it looks like it's in a square format. The video itself is smaller in the screen with a replaying video that's darker in the background. So let's push play and see what we get.
Oh my God. Oh, counts.
All right, so I'm going to go back into the Quik app after seeing that. Okay, so opening the project up, it looks like we've got a couple different options here that we can talk about. We've got a share icon, which brings up our same screen that we were just at. We've got the edit a copy icon, which opens up the project again, I'm sure. Yes, it does, and auto plays it once again. Exit without saving, and now we're going to select more. We can download, rename, or delete the project. To get to the end of this video here, let's pause the autoplay and then go into the editing screen. And we're just going to do everything that we can possibly do to show you guys how to do it. So first we're going to click the text. We can add an overlay. I'm going to put Cody because it's my friend Cody in the video. Looks like you're not allowed to move it, so it's just in the center. Another thing, we just separated the text from the video somehow. So I'm going to delete that. I'm going to continue. Looks like delete just deletes it from your video. Sorry to my friend John who that was. Highlight. allows you to pick the beginning and end point of the video. Trim does the same thing pretty much, but in a different format. At this point, we're just deciding when the video starts and ends, so we'll push OK. There's also a setting down here underneath of your trim bar that says play this clip without cuts. Let's turn that on. Now we've got rotate. This one is going to be very nice actually for videos that are shot in portrait mode on accident because you needed to start recording before the phone sensed that it was in landscape and something happened that you can't recapture. I do this all the time because with bike riding, things are quick. Getting out my phone as fast as I can to video something, and oftentimes it starts in portrait mode instead of in landscape mode where it should be. So next we've got the volume button. There's a few different options here. We've got mix, boost, and off. I'm assuming mix is normal because that's what it was automatically on. So another thing that I just noticed about this app is that anytime you are on a clip and you pick the pencil icon here, it takes you to the same screen where you can access all clips and edit any one that you want at any time rather than doing it individually. So the last few options that we have here are speed, fit, duplicate. We're going to click speed. We're going to make it faster. We're going to fit it, and we're going to duplicate it. We're going to take that duplicated one and we're going to change the speed to slow, and then we're going to see what it does. So we've got our text. This one's fast and this one is slow. So when you duplicate it, it isn't using the same time period as the clip that came before it, because this one started as it was riding away, whereas this one starts as it's riding up. Looks like there's some editing going on that we really don't have control over, and that just about does it for these videos. Let's save this once more, save it to the photo library. It's exporting right now. It's done. Let's go and check out the video after our resulting edits. It looks like what it's done is created a copy of our original, so we have our original still intact with the copy that we just edited up top. And in clicking through the menu bars here with all of our different options, I believe we've covered everything to do with this app, so I don't think that I need to do a second half where I talk about everything and learn everything, because I think that this app is so simple that everything in the app can be learned as you use it, and it's very self-explanatory and easy to use. The only gripe that I would have with this app is for people like me who ride BMX bikes or do things where you need to have finite control over the clips and do exactly what you want because you don't want to cut things off. For example, this first clip shows my friend Cody as he's landing his trick, but we don't get to see the beginning of it. This one cuts in the middle of the trick. The only one that's really well timed is this video, which it played from the very beginning almost to just about the very end of the clip. So I would say for someone who needs very fine control over where your clips begin and end, this is probably not the app for you. Splice is a better option, but Splice is made by the same people, so all of the controls are very similar and just as easy to use. But if you don't need control over where your clips start and stop, this app is definitely a great option because it takes all of the work out of it for you pretty much. And as we saw at the beginning, there's all of these different templates that have different editing styles, so you could realistically make videos that are all different without having to do any specific or precise editing whatsoever. I would say this app is great for someone who's just making videos of their kids and wanting to put together different clips just to show family and friends. But when it comes to someone who's maybe into action sports or trying to play back maybe a sports clip clip in slow motion, you might want to check out an alternative in Splice that gives you much better control over what you're seeing, whereas this app does most of the work for you and you don't get as much freedom in your editing. The only other gripe that I would have with this app is that the autoplay is extremely annoying, but that's a subjective thing and just how I personally felt. So that's going to be it for this quick app overview and tutorial. I hope you found it useful. If you want more tips and tricks like this, hit the subscribe button. It's free down there. There's no reason not to. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.